All right, it is Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, and Dr. Reese is live. Coming up on 3 years straight, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. Welcome. If you're new, if you're a peeker and a seeker out there in social media land, hi, hello. I've been doing this for a while. Join us at some point. Otherwise, we have our beautiful and powerful members in the Zoom room who are healing their way through the membership, head to toe, doing their thing. So many new members coming in this month, and I hope to meet you all very soon. Been doing a lot of analyses, looking at a lot of bodies, getting people in. For our members, I do have some announcements for you. 2 new classes are coming, and they are pretty much designed so that if you can't make the other classes, giving more options, especially for our international members. But there will be Mindfulness with Gingy will be Wednesdays, 11 a.m. Eastern, on top of his Sundays. And there will be a 3rd nutrition class with Ryan on Thursdays at 11 a.m. So Ryan is nice enough to go live twice in a day. 11 a.m., 6 p.m. Eastern. So he is putting in time. But, with new members coming in, we gotta create this time. And here's another new announcement. I told you there was sort of a level 2 coming, and starting in June, we are offering private coaching for anyone that wants to kind of upgrade. You do have to be in the membership for at least 4 months to qualify, which most of you do. And if you want to buy a package with Gingy, you can. If you want to buy a package with Ryan, you can. If you want to buy a package with Rain, you can. If you want that accelerator, if you want that extra, you can. So that's something that was a big decision, because we used to do that and we shut it down because of all the attacks. But you're our members, so it's kind of a different perspective versus just picking up a stranger and be like, okay, we're going to. So there are private coaching packages that you can add on if and when you ever want to. All you have to do is email us and say you're interested, and we'll go from there. So I think this adds a whole lot of value. We're going to continue to make the membership as big and as bad. Bad isn't good. Bad isn't good. It's 80 slang. We're going to make it as good and great as possible. But then having this private coaching feature on top of it is a very cool thing, because I know that's something that I would want if I was in there. If say you're 7 months in and you're like, say your symptom score went down 20 points, but you still have 10 more to go, and you're like, you know what? I'm ready to take it to another level. I'm going to take out a private coaching package with Rain. I want to work on my left hip or whatever. Then you can. So it's a very cool option to have. So I hope you can appreciate that. 2 new classes and private coaching packages available if you want them. There's something else coming down the pike, but I'll announce that later. Not later today, but later, in June or something. Always trying to advance. Always trying to make it as good as possible. Ryan has said this before, and I'll repeat, I don't think there's anything out there like this. Nothing out there like this, with this type of value, with this type of community, with actual testimonials. You're not going to find it anywhere. We're also launching a public show for the peakers and the seekers, which is going to be a full-on head-to-toe healing thing. It'll feature Ryan, Gingy, and Sean, hosted by Coach Karen. And that'll be Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. And that should satisfy the peakers and the seekers. Because, they get upset with us on Tuesdays. They're like, why don't you talk to us? Why do you ignore us? Why don't you like us? And I'm like, because I got members right here. What do you mean? All right, so I'm ready to begin. Tamara, do you have any questions for me? Anything for me? And for all the
members, if you have, yeah, go ahead.
For all the peakers and seekers out there, where are you checking in from? Put your location up. I want to see where you're checking in from. Yeah, members, chat away in the chat room, and I'll answer whatever you want me to. Or if you have a win or a victory that you want to share, we can do that too. That's my favorite. So, of course, I'll see a lot of you on June 7th. Those tickets are closed. The ticket sales, the window is closed. Very happy about that. And we get back to digital land here. I also want to know from our members too, and maybe we'll put out a survey, is I want to know who would actually come to a retreat if we did a big retreat. Because the in-person stuff is a lot of work, so I don't want to, waste time if, only 5 people are going to sign up, So, but that's something I want to do down the line, so you can put that in the chat as well if you'd like.
Hi, members. Yes, if you have any comments, you can comment in the chat, any newbies today. You could also put some comments in the chat if you have questions for Dr. Reese. Or does anybody have any wins for this week that they like to share?
And Ryan, you might find something on Facebook too, or the other social medias for Peaker and Seeker Land.
Oh, there always is on Facebook.
I don't think something on.
There always is on Facebook, but it's people who, like, for example, I'm new and I have 8 autoimmune. I assume that means 8 different autoimmune problems. Help in capital letters. Well, head to toe healing, we can absolutely help you within the membership. But, as always, I'm not sure how they expect a full, protocol type of answer. Like, hey, just do this and you're going to be good.
But you know what, Ryan? Now that we're launching this new show, we can just direct them there.
So tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time, we'll be live where we could go more into depth on how each of the pillars of head to toe healing can apply to you.
Yes. Brilliance. It's brilliant. Anyone in the chat, Tamara?
We have people asking about cost for the coaching, but is that something we're going to release later?
No, it's $1,600. $1,600 for eight sessions.
8 sessions.
Yep.
And you have to have 8, or can you pick 1 or 2? It's 8. It's a package, correct?
It's 8. If you want to renew it after, you can. You can keep going and going and going and going if you want. It's up to you.
Perfect.
It also shows you the value of the membership. Just want to point that out. If you compare.
And they're asking